Welcome everyone. In this session today, we are going to discuss about paper folding. Now, what happens in paper folding? Basically, there's a transparent sheet of paper which has got a dotted line, and the sheet is generally divided into two halves. It has got some pattern on both the sides, right? Both the sides of the dotted line. And the question here is, if the paper is folded along the dotted line, which of the given answer figures would resemble, right? What happens is, since this is a transparent sheet, and you have designs on both the sides, when you fold it, the design on one side which has got folded will also reflect on the other side, right? So how will that look like is the question here, right? Which of the given answer figures will be most similar to that is the idea here. So look at the question. It says, in each of the following problems, a square transparent sheet with a pattern is given. Figure out from amongst the four alternatives as to how the pattern would appear when the transparent sheet is folded at the dotted line. So here's the first question. So what do you see? There is a transparent sheet in the question figure, right? Like you see, there is a square sheet and it has got a dotted line, right? Dotted line. Then there are four dots on one side, four black dots, and there's one dot at the center on the other side. Now, like I said, this transparent sheet is going to be folded, will be folded along the dotted line, right? So once you fold it, how will it look like from the given answer figures? Now, the one point which you need to first understand is, look at the answer figures and try to establish that which side has got folded. I mean, did we take the right half of it? See, there are two halves. This is the left half of the sheet and here is the right half. So what you need to understand is, has the right half been folded over the left half or the left half been folded over the right half? However, that doesn't really make a difference in simple questions like this, but it is good to check that out. How do you check that? Check from the answer options. If you look at the answer options, in each of the options here, the right side is empty. Yes or no? There is nothing on the right side, which means we have taken the right half of the paper, transparent paper, and folded it and kept it over the left half. Now we need to check how does it look like. Now understand, this dotted line that we see in the question figure is like y-axis. Now it is nothing but, when you fold this paper, what you get is nothing but the reflection of this dot on the other side, which is the reflection of this dot along y-axis. And the reflection along y-axis is nothing but the mirror image. So the answer figure should look like this. I'll try to draw it and show you, but you can actually directly mark the answer from the given options. So the answer figure should look like this. Or let me just... Alright, so let me show you how the answer figure looks like. So like I said, there are two ways to do it again. Either you eliminate the wrong answer options to find out which is correct, or actually draw and understand how will it look like. Now for the first couple of questions, I'll draw and show it to you. But after that, we can just look at the answer figures and mark the answer directly. So what do? You know that the right half is getting folded over the left. So let me first draw this. And this is the dotted half of it, which means this has been folded over the left side. Now whatever is there on the left, see there were four dots, right? These four dots will anyway be there. This will not be moved. So draw it as it is. No change in that. Draw it as it is. These will not get moved at all, right? These are as it is. Only thing is, for this dot, what we see on the right side, you should take the mirror image. Why are we taking the mirror image? Because we are taking its reflection along the y-axis, right? This is the y-axis. The dotted line is like the mirror image. It's a mirror. The dotted line is like mirror. Because it is a vertical line, you can consider that as a mirror. So what will be the mirror image of this dot? It will be simple dot, because it is symmetrical all over. It will be simple dot. So this is the correct answer. Which option? Option 2 is the correct answer. And remaining can be eliminated. See, elimination can be done using various points. The first point is, whatever is on the left half, these four dots should anyway be there. If you look at option 1, those four dots itself are not available, hence wrong. Third option, those four dots are not available. Fourth option also, the four dots are not available. So we can say option 2 is the correct answer. So either you go by elimination using one or the other point, or simply try to draw it. And you need not draw it actually, you can just look at the answer options and make it out, which is the correct folded part of it. So that's about paper folding. Just fold it as per the dotted line. It can be a mirror reflection or a water reflection, right? If the dotted line is, let's say, horizontal, then you know that horizontal dotted line is like x-axis, and reflection over x-axis is water image. So there, in that case, you have to take the water image. And you know what mirror and water images are about, right? In mirror image, left becomes right, right becomes left. Top and bottom are not touched at all, right? Top and bottom remain as it is. In case of water image, top becomes bottom, bottom becomes top, left and right are as it is. Let's look at the next question. So here's the next question. Try to complete it. Now you can either eliminate the options or complete the diagram there. Again, here you see that the right half is folded over the left part. So you can directly just draw the left part of it. No need to worry about the dotted line. So this straight line will remain as it is. Whatever is in the left half, this will remain as it is. So that has been drawn. Right? That has been drawn. Now you need to look at the mirror image of this line, right half. What will be the mirror image of this part? Mirror image of this part will be this. Are you able to follow? See, top will remain top, bottom will remain bottom. But when you draw the mirror image of this, it will look like this. So what's the correct answer? Option 4 is the correct answer. Are you able to follow? Option 4 will be the correct answer. Simple, very simple, option 4. So that's about paper folding questions, right? Take the next one. Here's the next question. What happens? I'll complete it in the question figure itself, right? Let's not waste our time in drawing another figure and all that. I'll complete in the question figure itself. Now this time if you observe the changes that we have got a horizontal dotted line. What do you mean by horizontal dotted line? It is the water image, right? It is the reflection over x-axis, so water image. And from the answer options, if you observe, the bottom half is empty, which means the bottom half of the transparent sheet has been folded over the top half. So what happens? This will get removed. This line that you see here will get removed, but its water image has to be taken. Now what is water image? What do you mean by water image? Left remains left, right remains right, but bottom should be on top. So this bottom part will come on the top. It will remain on the right itself, right? It is on the right and bottom. It will become right and top, and then just connect this. So in the actual answer figure, it should be like this. Are you able to follow? And bottom part is empty. Which option? Second option. That's about it. Take the next one. Now here is an interesting one. You can either go by elimination method or try to draw the figure yourself and check which is the correct one there. All right. Now what do you do? Here if you observe, we are taking the mirror image, right? From the options you see that there is a dotted, from the question itself you see that there is a dotted line, a vertical dotted line, which means it is the mirror, it is acting like a mirror. And from the options you know that whatever is on the left part of it is getting folded and it comes over the right part. So which means this circle that you see, say this circle should come on the right side, right? It will get folded like this. So what happens? If I draw and show it to you, this will be the dotted part. Right? Now what happens? There is a triangle, it remains as it is. See, whatever is on the right side will remain as it is. There won't be any change in that. Only thing is the left portions, the left elements come over the right half. So this circle will, see the circle if you observe here, the circle given in the question is much bigger in size when compared to the triangle. So what happens? This circle will encompass the triangle here, right? The triangle will be inside the circle. And likewise, if you look at this triangle is shorter, right? In the bottom half, the triangle that we have is smaller than the circle. So it will go inside the circle. And we have to take the mirror image of this triangle. Now what happens in mirror image? This right straight line will come on the left. So it will come on the left. And this angle here will become like this. Now check which option is correct. Which option do you see? See, verify. The top part should have a circle with an inverted triangle. Circle with an inverted triangle. So option 1 is okay. Option 2 is ruled out. Option 3 is also okay. Option 4 is ruled out. Now go for the bottom part. The bottom part should have a circle with a triangle pointing towards right. So triangle pointing towards right, option 1 is eliminated. Triangle pointing towards right, option 3 satisfies. So overall option 3 is the correct answer. All right. That's about it. And I'm sure even without drawing this, you can just verify that and mark the answer, right? Because drawing will take more time. You just need to follow the concept, check what happens, visualize what happens, and accordingly find out the correct answer. Elimination is the trick, right? Elimination is the method. Here's the next one. So again, dotted line along the y-axis. So we need to take the mirror image. So how does it look like? See, if you observe this triangle that we have in the left half, I'm trying to shade it with a brown color here. When you take the mirror image of this, it will exactly overlap with the triangle that we have on the right half. Yes or no? Because you know that in case of mirror image, left and right are interchanged. So what we have on the left here, the straight line will come on the right, and this pointing will be towards the left, right? This pointing is actually towards right in the original image. In the mirror image, it will come towards the left. So this will get completely overlapped. So if I try to complete this figure, what happens? There will be a triangle, and this triangle is overlapped by the triangle on the left side. So it will be exactly like this. There won't be any difference, right? This is it. Now comes the remaining part. See, this triangle already has got one line. Whatever is on the right side should remain as it is, right? Right side will remain as it is. It is like this. Now look at this portion. I'll use a different color for your convenience. Right? Look at the other portion of it. For example, the portion that I'm showing in green here. Right? That mirror image should be taken. Right? What happens to the mirror image? See, this part is anyway connected here, and you take the mirror image of this one. It will look like this. So this is the correct answer, right? Check which option satisfies that. Option 3. So option 3 is the correct answer for this question. Alright, so very simple. You can just visualize this and mark the answer. It's all about mirror and water images. Now this is interesting. Look at this question. Find out the pattern. When the paper is folded along the dotted line, what happens? What do you see? Which one will be correct? See, if you closely observe, you know that whatever is on the left hand side will remain as it is, because see, the right half is getting folded, right? The right half is empty means what? The right half is getting folded over the left half. Now when the right half is getting folded over the left half, whatever is on the left should remain as it is. So just check with that first. What do we have on the left? There is this shape. So that will remain as it is in the answer. Yes or no? That will not get changed because right is moving, left is intact. So left will remain as it is. So first check with this. How many answer options have got this portion in the left half? Option 1 has got it, right? You can check this here. Option 2, it is getting inverted. So option 2 is eliminated. Option 3, yes, it has it. But if you closely observe, in the question figure, this angle that we have is touching the dotted line. So in the answer also, it should touch the dotted line. Are you able to follow? In the answer also, it should touch the dotted line. Now, in option 3, it is not touching the dotted line. It is touching the circle there. Are you able to follow? It should actually be like this. Hence, option 3 is also eliminated. Are you able to follow? It is touching the dotted line. So the dotted line should be like this. But option 3, if you observe closely, let me just clear and show it to you. Option 3, if you observe, see, it is not touching the dotted line. These points are not touching the dotted line. Dotted line or this line that we have here, right? Hence, option 3 is eliminated because of that. Very close observation, right? And look at option 4. Option 4 satisfies. Yes, it has this angle. So there are two possible answers, either option 1 or option 4. Now the question that arises is which of these two is correct, right? So let's check option 1 and option 4. Which seems to be correct? See, this curvature that we have on the right side will come over the left side. And clearly it is bigger in size. You know, if you fold it, it is going to look like this. Yes or no? If you observe here, it has gone inside the triangle in option 4, which is not the correct one, right? Which is not the correct output. Hence, option 4 is also eliminated. So the correct answer is option 1. All right. So simple figure, but you need to be careful when you're doing this, right? Option 2, easily you can eliminate. Option 3, the point to be noted is this should touch the straight line, which is not happening. So option 3 is eliminated. The only question that arises is when you fold this curvature, it will come like this. You know, it cannot go inside. It cannot come in this portion. So because of that point, we can eliminate option 4. So left out is option 1, which has to be the correct answer. And one last question from this topic of paper folding. Now try to complete this. Again, folding along the dotted line, which is like a mirror image. So what do you see? Let me draw this for you. Because elimination method anyone can apply. Let's draw and check. Of course, I would prefer going by the elimination method, but if you're able to draw, if you're capable of drawing it, then nothing like it. Now, whatever is on the left will remain as it is. Yes or no? So what do we have on the left? This rectangle. So let's draw that. And then there is this line. So let's draw that line, right? Just go by this point. The basic point in paper folding is whatever is, on the left side should remain as it is. If the right half is getting folded. If the left half is getting folded, whatever is on the right side should remain as it is. So first draw that. So whichever answer you take, you should have that pattern, right? Whatever you have drawn that so far, should be available. So look at this. If you now observe, we have not folded so far. We are not covering the folded part of it, right? We are not bothered about how will the folded part look like when it is, coming over the left half. Only check with the existing pattern here, right? Whatever we see existing there. If you look at option 1, yes, we have that half of it. Yes or no? But you see this line that we have drawn, as per the question figure, this line is touching the dotted line, right? This is the dotted line here. It is touching the dotted line. But if you look at this, it is touching the dotted line and it is in the center of the rectangle, right? It is in the center here. But if you observe here, this is touching the dotted line. I mean, let's say this is the dotted line there, the folding there, but is not in the center. Center means it should come somewhere here. Are you able to follow? It should come here, but it's touching the bottom there. So option 1 can be eliminated by that logic. Are you able to follow? Now option 2, if you observe, yes, this half is available, right? And you see this line now, yes, this is touching the center. So option 2 is possible. Option 3, if you observe, yes, this half is available. But again, there is no line like we see here, right? This line has to be there, right? Which is missing. It is coming from top corner. So top corner, there is no line which is coming and meeting the center part of the dotted line. So option 3 also gets eliminated. Option 4, yes, there is this rectangle and there is a line which is starting from this corner and touching the half of it. So 2 options are left, option 2 and option 4. Now how do you decide which is correct? You have to fold it and check. Now when you fold, what happens? See, these straight lines will overlap with these lines that we already have here. So there's no point in worrying about those straight lines. Only thing is this V part, this V that you see, you have to take the mirror image of it, right? Now what will be the mirror image of V? It will become like this. It will actually be like this, overlap with the first line, slant line, and then come like this. So option 4 is the correct one, right? Because option 2, you see there are too many portions. We don't get so many portions, right? When you cover that second half on the left half, right? The right half on the left half. So option 2 also gets eliminated. So the correct answer here is option 4. So that's about paper folding, right? Nothing complicated about it. If you are good at doing mirror images and water images, I'm sure you'll be able to solve questions from paper folding without any difficulty. So just try to, practice a few more examples and I'm sure you'll get a good grip over it and you'll be able to solve these questions very easily.